should learn. That is why we talk about the forgiveness. You should learn how to forgive. There are some people, they don't have the spirit of forgiveness, but we can invite it into our life as a Christian, that God give me the spirit to always forgive, irrespective of the level of the sin anybody might have committed against me. So that's just it.
Thank you so much. So our wonderful viewers, I know some of these responses might generate more questions. Feel free to drop your question on the comment section, and we are trusting God to attend to those questions. If not today, or probably in the subsequent programs, God will help us to give answers to those questions. And if you are still with us, just say "I hear." Just type it, "I hear." Comment and like and share this program to your loved ones. It's going to be a blessing to them as we continue. All right, Daddy, I want to bring another question. Another question is this. I think in the series 3 of your teaching, you talked about appreciation. And we have a question from someone. He said there's nothing that she does that is being appreciated, or probably hardly being appreciated. And what is the place of appreciation in relationship? And how well can it motivate the spouse to do more? That is one question. Secondly, if somebody is not appreciated, should the person continue doing the good he is doing? That's the second question, sir.
Thank you. I said in my speech, on my talk there, that in the area of appreciation, women take 60%, while men is 40%. That is, women appreciate most than women. And statistics has proved that. And the reason is that women, their mind, their heart is very flexible. And the little thing you do to them, though not all women, but we can say 60% of women, when you do little things to them, they will appreciate. Thank you. They will be happy. Even that thing may not be meaningful to you as a man, but what is not meaningful to man is what meaningful to woman. But in terms of men, we don't usually appreciate. I am inclusive. I don't deceive people. We don't usually appreciate, and it doesn't mean that we don't know that that person has done good to us. But just is very somehow difficult, or maybe oversight, to say thank you for what you have done for me yesterday. Thank you for what you have done for me today. I can say maybe it's oversight. Not that they are not happy with what the gesture of that person. So now, if peradventure that it happens that the man, whatever he does to, the woman, whatever he does to her husband, he doesn't appreciate, he should not take it as a case, as a cause. He should know that that is the nature of man. We must understand nature in marriage. There is a way that God has built man, and there is a way he has built woman. There is gender differences. So you must understand that maybe my husband is one of those 40% people that this man said they don't appreciate. So he should count that one to be. He should not take it as an offense. That's it. So he should know that it's a nature, and that should not stop her for doing good, because even for your doing good, there is a reward from heaven over it. So don't say because you have done good to somebody, he or she didn't appreciate you, because of that you not stop your good deed. No, continue. Even though if I thought he did not appreciate you verbally, his spirit will bless you. The spirit that you have helped, that spirit will bless you. It's sure. That does it. But the only thing that we human beings, we love verbal appreciation. So that does it.
Thank you so much, Daddy. All right, let me run through a few questions more. This question I want 6 years back at our International Convention of Governments. So I was discussing with a lady, we were in a team together. That's a government volunteer. So in the course of our discussion, she was telling me, she has a ministry, she's in the music ministry, and she will go from this place to this place, and the person she wants to marry must understand that. So I ask you a few questions that, okay, what if it causes you to be leaving your family in the course of ministry? What will you do? How will you balance it? And now, since we are talking about marriage principle, and I think we can bring this in. Sir, there are some sisters, I believe they have ministry, according to them. But how can they balance the issue of ministry and family? Should they leave their family alone? Maybe they are into music or whatever. They are invited to this church today. Tomorrow again, they are in another church. And the family, the husband and the children are suffering. So how can they balance ministry and family life, sir?
Thank you very much. Is another wonderful critical question, which is usually need critical thinking. My brother, my viewer, I'm going to give you some facts today on this topic, on this question rather. Bible standard can never be eradicated in marriage. The ministry of a woman is helping ministry. God may give you grace, you may have gifts, you may have talent. Your grace is to support your husband, is to boost your husband, because it is because of the man that God made woman. Bible says that God did not make woman because God did not make man because of woman, but because of man he made woman. So woman, that is why I do say it, that women should know that their husband is priority. Many people now, when they have children, they forget their husband, they begin to run, and my children, though, they call them my husband. It's wrong. Your husband is number one, you know. If not your husband and God, you won't have children. And the same applicable to men as well. So women ministry should be under a man, a husband. Now, if peradventure now, the woman now carry grace to the extent that is going here and there, he must not welcome any invitation in the absence of her husband, because she's a woman under authority, if she wants peace in that home. Because everybody have a reason of marriage.
Yes.
Somebody like me, I intentionally said that, Lord, I don't want to marry a woman that is doing duty work, shifting, and will go in the night. Maybe you have night duty, and afternoon duty, and morning duty. No, I don't want. The reason is that I know I'm a very busy man who will not take care of my home and my children. Maybe in the night that I have been working since morning, and I need my wife in the night, and it's on night duty. What are we going to do? Then we now say it's a devil. Now, maybe we are nursing children, and in the night I have labor this morning. I need to rest. Child is not crying in the night. I should not become a nursing father in the night. Carry the baby again.
And the mother is not. She's not there.
Yes.
She has gone on night shift.
So that is why me personally, I don't want it. And God knew my mind. And that is why not every work a woman can do, especially somebody that wants to be a housewife.
Please take note of that. Not all work a woman can do, especially if you want to finish it.
That was it. So
Wow.
you know that.
God
So
is
when you
helping
now
us.
say you carry ministry, I'm a prophetess, I'm a lady evangelist, I'm a singer, leaving your family, unless if the man is having the same vision with you, even he will be the one that will help your vision.
Yes.
But if the man say he's not interested, he's never a devil incarnate. No. That is his own point of view. He has his own reason. You must be able to concur with him. It's for you. It's for the benefit of two of you. So that does it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daddy. All right, our time is running off, but just let me ask two more questions from our viewers. They sent this question about a few hours ago, and the first question there is, he said, I am into a relationship. I'm reading it the way the person sent it, but I don't love the person. What can I do?
Thank you very much. It's possible. I have seen many and I've had many testimony as a result of the little guide I have given to them. Especially those of us or those people that they have real will of God, who is contradictory to their own personal wishes. Because there are some people, they have some personal idols. And my wife should be tall, my wife should be light in complexion, it must come from a wedding home,
That is fake.
it must be an Oshun woman, it must be it must be PhD holder, it must have a grad, must be a graduate,
Must have tooth gap.
and all these facts, all these things you have placed before you. Maybe out of 5, it is only 1 that God supported to give you the person, and you are determined to do the will of God, and you have confirmed really that really this man or woman is a will of God for you. It will be very difficult for you, and you want to do the will of God, it will be very difficult for you in the initial stage to love such person. But what you can do is very simple. Number 1 is that go back to God and pray. And what is that prayer? God, if truly you are the one that have given this man or woman to me for marriage, let my love, let his love begin to kindle my head. It's a prayer I prayed when I was in courtship. I told God that every day my love should be kindled the head of my wife. And that is why she cannot do without me that time. If she didn't hear from me, she will call. I don't usually call her, she will call me. She will text me. So because within 24 hours we must connect, irrespective of whatever it is, because the prayer answered. So the two of them need to go back to God and pray that prayer. Then number 2, that woman or that man should delete all the idols in his or her heart that is contrary against that will of God that is seen in that sister. So all those things, he should delete it out of his mind and ready to do the will of God. Once he deleted all those things from his or her mind, he will begin to see the betterment, the better things, the good things in that sister, in that brother. But if he didn't delete those idols in his or her heart, he won't be able to say anything. I'm talking from experience. I've seen a lot, and by the grace of God, I thank God today, many of them, they are living happily. Those that they say they don't love themselves before, but now they are not living happily and they are enjoying their marriage. So these are the procedure the person have to follow. Number 1, go back to God, go and pray to God. Even if it costs you fasting and prayer, that Lord, this man I'm married, I don't love him, and you say I should go into it. Lord, let his love begin to kindle my head. Then number 2 is that he should delete every purposes or idol that has already put in his or her heart that is not seen in that person. He should delete that of his mind and ready to do the will of God. And he will still see naturally that love will begin to come. He will begin to come. He will not know where it comes from. So that just it.
Thank you so much, sir. God bless you for this wonderful response. All right, we have an online question from Prince Adebayo. Prince Adebayo, God bless you. Thanks for following this awesome program. All right, he has 2 questions, but I will read the first one. He says, good evening, sir. I sincerely appreciate grace, sir. Please, sir, this is my question. Are we using nagging? I think it's asking question. The 2 questions are on nagging. So are we using nagging as a substitute for genuine communication? Avoiding the vulnerability of truly being heard and understood, and instead choosing to criticize and correct each other's imperfection, thereby perpetuating a circle of resentment and hurt. I think if I may paraphrase it, that instead of proper communication, should nagging be used in substitutes?
No. A Christian home should not be using nagging, because nagging arouse someone's emotion. He arouse emotion, and Maybe I beg you on this thing now. Why are you still talking about it? In fact, if there is no understanding, if they don't have a self-discipline, it can also lead to fight. So that is why nagging is not the best way to communicate, to have to build a relationship in a Christian home. It's not.
Thank you so much, sir. So, Prince Adebayo, just like our father has said, nagging is not the best way to communicate. There are better ways to pass, our grievances. Your spouse can offend you. It is normal. It is naturally possible. But in the course of that offense, there are better ways of passing the information across. There are better ways of, telling your spouse that you are not happy with what he or she has done, instead of nagging and causing resentment. So the place of proper communication is needed in relationship. Thank you for that wonderful question. All right, so before I take the second question from him, there's a question here about impotence of a man. I will put the question in two ways. Number one, I believe it is not a church doctrine. It is scriptural doctrine that no sex before marriage. So no room to check what you want to go and buy. Either the goods are good or it's something else. Now, a brother that you have not really known anything about his sexual drive, or not anything about his, his manhood nature. Now you are connected and you get wedded even before the Lord on the altar, and probably in the course of what's it called, this interview or whatever, the brother never open up that maybe he cannot perform as a man. Now you are joined together in holy matrimony, but the night of that wedding, they need to travel to Jerusalem, as one of my pastors will say. But here is the brother cannot do anything. So how should that sister in question handle that situation? That is one. Then two, as a brother that he knows that he is impotent, how can he undo that situation, sir?
Thank you very much. The question is 1 in 2. If the brother didn't know that he's an impotent, it's possible. Some people, and that is why we do say to people that you should begin to examine the chemistry of your body. So let's assume that the brother did not know. It happens. It do happen like that, because we have level of impotency. There are some, they are grade A. That is, the manhood is not performing at all. So àwọn kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀, there are some people like that. But there are some people that is not, their own is just grade B, is not active as expected. That active may not be detected at all. But that grade A, he should know. And how can he know by himself? One of the way to test your manhood, maybe you are active, is that when you wake up early in the morning, by around 4 or 5 a.m., that you want to go to toilet to go and ease yourself, to rest yourself, we know how your manhood will raise. It's a sign that you are correct. So, but somebody who has never been seeing those signals, even you are a youth, at times you don't bed wet. You just discover that nothing is happening. Even circumstances warrant you that maybe in a situation whereby you come across an opposite sex, to the extent that you discover that there is no any changing in reaction in your body that can cause you to have a self-discipline. Nothing like that. The man need to go and see doctor. If that such man go into marriage, God has never joined them together. By the grace of God, their marriage is tantamount to breaking. Yes, because it's a devil incarnate. That man is a devil incarnate. So we have seen the experience. I won't say that one on the air, but that marriage is not of God. The man need to go and take care of himself before going into. But the grade B own maybe less effectiveness. maybe it's not actually effective, or maybe it has a quick ejaculation, all those one can be detected after the marriage. That one can be treated. It's very simple. The wife and the husband, once they have discovered that, they go and see their doctor. The doctor will give them the necessary, they will do the necessary test. There are some people, their own is just low sperm counts. It's still an impotency. So, but when they discover all those things, you go and see your doctor. Not to go and see pastor. Pastor is not number one. Go to your doctor. Doctor will make the necessary examination. They will do the test for you. They will analyze your sperm, how it is. Then they will know the better drug to recommend. There is no impotency that doesn't cure. They are all curable. Even the grade A or grade B, except the one be attacked by the devil. And that one, when they have do all those medical something, they go back to the pastor for deliverance. So that is how it is. So when a man knows that he is not fit at all, and is now saying he want to marry, why do you need to marry? Why can't you go and become a father? So that does it.
All right, thank you so much. Wonderful viewers, I said it earlier at the beginning that tonight's program is loaded, but time is not longer on our side. Well, I'm believing God that probably we are going to have a part 2 of this show, and but I want to assure you that whatever question you put on the platform shall be responded to. But before we wrap up the program tonight, sir, I want to ask another question here. Now, sir, I put it down here that some sisters, their knees are not far from the ground when they are greeting other people, even including men of God in the church. But it has become almost an abomination to kneel to greet their husband. Coming culturally to the African setting, especially in the Yoruba land. Let me use Yoruba land as an example. A lady that cannot kneel to greet their husband, and the husband loves it, but so much, maybe in the church or anywhere, she can greet anybody. And this is not bringing joy to the husband. How can such situation be handled? And what should that sister do? Is it normal?
She's an hypocrite. That woman, she's an hypocrite. And it's a sin. Hypocrisy is a sin. So in the Christianity, it's wrong. The man should be able to call the woman into order. I need your true name. Like me now as a pastor. When some young lady greets me and they are using one name, I will tell them, what happened to the second name, madam? Let it go down. The reason is that they should use it, we should use it to train them now.
Yes.
So by the time they get to their husband's house, they will know that this thing is a right. So that does it. That lady is an hypocrite. I do tell people that the way you are greeting me now as a pastor, are you doing the same thing for your husband? If you're not doing that same thing for your husband, you are an hypocrite. So that does it. And no hypocrite will make heaven. That does it. So that such person must change, and the husband must call her into order. Let her know what he needs. Yes, he's a man. You have bought it in a price. You have legally married with her. You should be able to tell her what you want in order to bring peace into your home.
I love that the area you concluded it. Legally married. All right. Let me take one more question before we wrap up the program for tonight. And this question might be somehow controversial. It's about high sex drive. That's high libido. I want to ask, sir, what can we do, or how can the spouse handle the situation? Maybe one of the spouse has very high sex drive that 1 round, 2 round, 3 round does not satisfy him or her, and the spouse is tired, but the other partner is always requesting you have to go for more. So because the person might think, okay, if you don't satisfy me, I will seek an alternative. So what can be done in the case of high sex drive, and maybe the other partner does not have such capacity? How can this situation be handled, sir?
Thank you very much. It's very, very simple. It's one of the most simplest things in marriage. If one is having high libido and the other one is low, number one, the man, the one that is high, he must take the other one to meet up the level. And how will he do that? By having the foreplay that will build our whole libido. Then let me tell you something, my viewer and my listener. Many of you don't know you use drug in order to have sex drive. It's not the first option for you. When you are low in that area, one thing you have to firstly do is that make sex constantly. Many of you will have sex once in 2 weeks, once in a week, once in 3 weeks. And there is one law in evolution. We call it law of use and disuse. That is, the part you are using most in your body is developed most than the one you are not using. Somebody that doesn't use to sex, that your sexual organ can never be well developed. So you must note that before you now go and see doctor. If you have already built it by yourself and it's still becoming low, go and see the doctor. The doctor knows the necessary things to do. But many of us today, when it comes to the issue of sex, we make it too confidential. It's nothing like confidential in marriage. Once you have married, everything is physical. The only 20% that is spiritual is when you are looking for the face of God for the right person. The remaining 80% is physical. Don't find it difficult to tell your doctor, even to tell your pastor, this is what I'm passing through. I am weak on bed. They will give you counsel, then they will take you to the doctor and they will know the necessary thing. There are some gynecologists who are specialists in that area. They will put you to right, then they will tell you the necessary things to do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, having a low sex drive or high sex drive is never a crime, but it can be managed, it can be controlled. I want to believe you are all blessed tonight through this wonderful program. Thanks for joining us. For those who are online, we cannot appreciate enough. You have done wonderfully well tonight. So please help us to comment, help us to like, help us to share this program. Just share to your loved ones. It's going to be a blessing to them. The section of question and answer has not concluded. Please drop your questions as we shall be following your questions and give response to those questions. God is helping you. Thank you one more time for being part of this awesome program tonight. We love you. We celebrate you. Daddy, before we go, can you please pray for our viewers as we wrap up?
Thank you very much, everybody. Before I pray, we are going to have another powerful episode in next month. And it's going to be some likely questions. Who should I marry? When should I marry? Why should I marry? What is the benefit if I marry? These are the things we are going to critically consider in the subsequent time. Thank you once again. I love you all. It is well with you. You are blessed. Your marriage is blessed. Your relationship is blessed. Your family is blessed. Go and make it. Go and be blossom. Every crisis in your marriage, in your family, in your relationship, I command them to be calm in the name of Jesus Christ. It is well with you. God bless you. Love you all. See you next time on the same channel. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you.